Alright, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Z Gaming. I'm back for another video on The Walking Dead Road to Survival. In this video, I'm going to break down the second part of the 4-star team building. In this one, I'm going to do the red and green because I did the yellow and blue in the other one. So I'm going to break down the second part to the 4-star team building. Now, like I said, this is only 4 stars. I know that there's better 4-star builds out there than this, but I'm breaking it down color by color, and then I'm going to go back and do rainbow builds, etc. with multiple colors on a team. Now, in my opinion, one of the best 4-star red leaders in the game, I would have to go with probably Sam Fairbanks, if I can find her, this character. And the reason for that is because she's basically a red 4-star blue Herschel in a sense. She has the same leader skill, and her stats are pretty well balanced overall. She can definitely be a good red leader, and her AR is faster than Herschel, so realistically, she's pretty good. If you compare her next to 4-star blue Herschel, I know that, like I said, it's just I'm doing just reds on this one, but I want to see the comparison of the stats because I don't believe I've ever compared her stats to 4-star blue Herschel's. So she has more attack, more defense, and more HP. So really, she is a better character than Herschel. In a sense, she has higher stats overall, so pretty good. And her AR's faster. So Sam Fairbanks, definitely one of the better red leaders in the game. Now, another very good red, in my opinion, I use him quite often, is Chad. Chad's definitely one of the better 4-star also. Better 4-stars for a red team because he's a command and he heals and he does damage. He heals up to 3 enemies, or not enemies, excuse me, up to 3 teammates with 50% of their max HP. You know, pretty good character overall. Um, Another very good character is the 4-star Prestige Governor. Even though I don't believe you can get him unless you are new to the game or if you've been playing for a while. I can't remember exactly. I think he was a reward from Scopely for playing the game for so long, I believe. Or maybe it was for when the Prestige first came into the game a while back. So yeah, another good character. His stats ain't as high, but he's got a good amount of HP for a 4-star. He deals damage, he deals defense down and impair for 1 turn to 1 enemy, and he's a command. Pretty good character overall for a red for sure. Um, Another good one, I don't have him, but he is 4-star red Oliver because he does defense down. Now, Oliver's pretty good for the sense. I believe Oliver's also a command if I'm not mistaken. Now, like I said, the 4-stars for the Reds have changed because there's quite a few good red 4-stars now in the game. Now, this one you can't get anymore unless you played the game when he came out. This was from the Choose Your Side event with this is the 4-star red Rick. Now, this guy's pretty good, and I like his weapon for the sense that he has a better chance when he kills an enemy to get all of his HP back and 50% defense for 1 turn. Now, his AR, I believe, I haven't maxed his AR, but I'm sure his AR is pretty. It's not going to be as fast. It's probably a 76, maybe a 58. I'm not too sure. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments what his AR is maxed out. But he deals a good amount of damage, and he takes defense down 40% for 2 turns to up to 3 enemies. And he's a neutralize, which neutralize on a 4-star is good as it is. This character definitely another very good one. Luke, like I said, Luke. If you don't have a neutralize, Luke can be good on a defense team for his neutralize ability, but other than that, he's really more for zombies. But if I was going to build a good 4-star red team, I would definitely have these 3 characters, no doubt, because they're pretty good overall. Now, Rosita was good back then before some of the newer 4-stars came out, but she could definitely be another good leader for a defense because of her she gives all ranged teammates 20% defense and a medium bonus to AP when attacking. But like I said, overall I believe Sam Fairbanks is the better leader. The only thing that Rosita has on Sam Fairbanks is her attack is a little bit higher. But another good leader you could use against melee team, 4-star red Eugene. He's got a good amount of HP. He's definitely a tank for a 4-star. Is a good leader. All teammates get plus 15% HP, and they also get plus 20% attack against red characters. But he's not that good, honestly, anymore. You know, you could use him as a leader skill, but I wouldn't recommend him. There's better characters. So if I was to build a full red team for a 4-star, I believe I would go with this lineup here. And then I would put Oliver in that 4th spot if I didn't have him. If I had him, but I don't. So Who I would use instead of him, probably I would have to say Luke or another Sam Fairbanks if you have one, because Sam Fairbanks I believe is one of the better 4-star Reds in the game. Next, well, no, I'm actually forgetting one. Definitely if you got her 4-star Shield Estella, the 4-star Red Shield that came out, definitely a good character. You could use her as well. She's probably one of the best 4-star Reds in the game. But I believe since I don't have Estella, I believe that I would go with this lineup if you have these characters. And then definitely if you have a good defense weapon, give it to Sam Fairbanks. Now, I would recommend you give Chad or Oliver the stun gun, because they're going to go after them characters first to try to take them out, take away the defense down, etc. Rick has his own gun, so what I would recommend you upgrade on this is give him HP and probably defense, because he's a good support character. Well, not a good support character. He's got a good amount of stats in his defense as well. Actually, since his defense is a little bit higher, you could go with 30% attack and 30% HP. And like I said, the third stat on that weapon is pretty powerful as it is, so I wouldn't recommend you change that. And like I said, defense down, attack down, neutralize, command for 4 stars is very good. And I don't have a bunch of good 4-star red weapons right now, but this is what I would go with currently if I had it. I would go with this lineup right here. And the reason for that is because these weapons are pretty well built all around. Like I said, the governor is pretty powerful. You got basically in this lineup, you have a good leader skill. She takes away attack for 3 turns to one enemy and deals a good amount of damage. You have the governor, who's a command, Chad, who's a heal and a command, and he does damage. You have Luke, who's a neutralize, and you have Rick, who's a neutralize with defense down as well. This is a pretty powerful red 4-star build in my opinion, and I believe that if you have this team in a newer region, you could definitely do pretty well with it. It's not going to be as powerful in a veteran region, a region that's been around for a while, because, obviously 5 stars can destroy this team with the right build. But, definitely if you're in a newer region, if you have these characters, you're way ahead of most people in a sense, because I believe this is a very powerful 4-star red build. So definitely. Now for a defense, the only thing I would change, this would be a good rating team right here. This would be a good rating red defense team for sure. And for defense, really honestly, if you was to go with defense, the only thing I really don't know if I would even change this team, to be honest with you. Maybe add another healer if you've got another Chad, or I'm trying to think of other 4-star reds that are healers. I can't think of any off the top of my head, guys, but like I said, if you have another 4-star Chad, you could replace him for the governor, or really you could use this team as it is, because this team's pretty powerful all around. You're getting that 20% attack and 20% defense. And another thing, guys, I'm gonna go over while I'm doing this video is, when you do your weapons, do it based off the leader skill of the character. Because like say for example this right here, since she gives an attack and a defense buff, I'm gonna go for HP. When you're doing weapons, look at what the leader skill gives you and add the piece that's missing. So if they give you an attack and HP, add a defense to your weapon. If they have defense and HP, add an attack to your weapon, or etc. And then attack and defense, add HP, etc. Like that. I think I said that already. If I did, my bad. But add the trait to your weapon, not the trait, add the skill to your weapon that you're missing. So like I said, add HP in this circumstance. So I would add definitely 30% HP to this assault pistol. I would definitely go with the I would probably buff the defense on this, or maybe, and also do it based off the character stats as well. Look at the leader skill, then go by the character stats. So see, for example, Chad, for example, I gave him a pretty powerful, good support weapon. Stun is pretty good in this game. I gave him HP and defense for a full build, because Chad's not a heavy hitter. He's more of a support character. So build the weapon based off the character stats as well. First, you look at the leader skill, then you look at the character stats, and build your weapon based off what would benefit the character the most to have the best chance of keeping them alive. So like I said, guys, overall, pretty powerful 4-star red build for offense and defense. This is probably one of the better 4-star builds in the game. Like I said, if you have 4-star Oliver, you can replace him for Luke. Or if you have another Chad or really any others out there. Pretty good characters. Not too bad. Now to get to the green. Now greens get a little bit interesting because I still use some of these greens now. Um, there's some pretty good ones, and there's also one that I don't have that I'm gonna mention. First off, in my opinion, now Chuck. I'm gonna start off with Chuck because there's also the 4-star green Axel. Now, in my opinion, I believe Axel's AR being a little bit slower is better than Chuck in the sense, yes, Chuck can stun and impair for 1 turn, but Axel can stun for 3 turns, I believe, and his AR, I believe, is a 58 or a 56. Now, it's a little bit slower, but Chuck only stuns for 1 turn. You know, if you have a good leader skill on Chuck, and if you're gonna use stun characters, the best 4-star I believe I would go with for greens is this guy right here. He has one of the best green leader skills for a 4-star. All melee teammates get a huge bonus to AP when taking damage. Now, like I said, I'm gonna start off with the offense build first, then I'm gonna do the defense build. Now, a good offense build I would go with is this. I would either go with this character or the other one. Joshua is definitely one of the first 4-stars I got. Definitely a good character. I used him for a while. You can use Joshua for a defense build, or you can definitely use Chuck, or I believe it's green 4-star Heath as well that gives the HP bonus. You can use that character. Now, when you look at the stats, you know, Heath has more HP, or not more HP, more attack, but Chuck has more defense and HP, a little bit difference, but I think overall I would use Chuck if you're going to use Heath or Chuck. But in my opinion, use Joshua for a defense leader. Um, or you could even use Dusty if you have her for a defense build, but I would recommend you use Joshua because of his leader skill. He has a similar, like I said, he's got the green leader skill that's similar to Sam's and 4-star Blue Herschel. So I would use Joshua, Chuck, Axel if you have him, the 4-star green Ezekiel for sure, and then you could definitely use Allen for his AR, or if you wanted to, you could use Dusty, or you could use another Chuck or Bo, for example, or yeah, because Bo does a good amount of damage as well. You know, 450% damage for a green, that's pretty hard hitting for a green. But yeah, in my opinion, I would go with these two characters. I would definitely put Axel in there if you have him. I would use probably, yeah, the 4-star green Axel, and then use the 4-star green Ezekiel if you have him, because he's a command also, and he gives you a good amount of defense on his AR, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check that in the museum right quick, just to be sure I'm not wrong. Go to the collections part. Where is it? Yeah, there's the 4-star green Ezekiel. Yeah, he deals 275% damage to a line of enemies, and all teammates get plus 70% defense for 2 turns. That's pretty powerful, and he could be a good support character for raiding or defense. But since this is the raid build, I would recommend this right here. Joshua, Chuck, 4-star Axel if you have him, Bo. I would use Dusty because she's got a good healing buff, and she's her AR's I believe her AR is a 45 when you max it out. And then either Allen or another Chuck, or like I said, 4-star green Ezekiel, or you know, the Axel if you have him, the 4-star green Axel. But since I don't have Axel or the 4-star green Ezekiel because I traded them in, I believe I did. Yeah, I traded them in. So definitely a good build here. You could and for as far as the weapons, like I said, you got to go by the leader skill, then go by the character stats. So since Joshua has the attack and defense buff, I'm gonna add HP to their weapon first, and then look at their stats and go from there. So prime example, Joshua has more attack, but his defense and HP is a little bit lower. I would go with a violent katana on this guy, or Michonne's katana, and I would leave the 30% attack there. I would add either HP or defense as the third slot. And I mean, you can get rid of the very large bonus if you want to just have a heavy hitter like Joshua, or you can leave that and get Joshua's AR quicker, but I would recommend you leave the very large bonus when attacking. But I believe, like I said, I would change this team if I had the 4-star stun Axel, and I would definitely use the 4-star green Ezekiel if I didn't trade him in to get the 5-star blue Jesus Revive. But I believe for the characters I have, this is a good green 4-star build. But overall, Joshua for sure. Chuck is another really good one. Allen, Dusty, and then 4-star Axel is what I would use. Or you can take out You could take out Allen and put in the command 4-star Ezekiel, and then you could add Axel here if you had him. So not a bad team for a raid team. Pretty good because then you cover all your grounds. You have a healer, you have a support character in Allen, you have a stun in Chuck, or you have a stun in Axel if you have him, and then you got a good heavy hitter with Joshua with a good leader skill. So not bad. Now, like I said, for a defense build, I would definitely go with Allen because of his leader skill, which is very, very powerful for a 4-star. Same thing as Ravender, except it's when taking damage. So I would go full defense with these characters. I would give him HP and defense because you're already getting a good amount of AP from taking damage. So since Allen's a support character, if you got the ore, you could definitely go with 30% HP, 30% defense, which is default on the ore in the first slot's 20% critical, I believe, but add HP, defense, and then defender level 3. I would definitely go with Chuck because you want that stun. 4-star Ezekiel right there if you got him. If you don't, you could use Dusty, like I said. And then another good 4-star, which actually would be pretty good on a raid team, which I completely forgot about him, is 4-star Green Rod. I don't know where he's at the moment. Where is he at? Oh, actually no. I would kind of a character you could replace. I forgot about this guy for a second. Is instead of using Joshua, you could use 4-star Green Negan if you did get him, but if not, go with Joshua because his leader skill is pretty good and he's a pretty good overall hitter. All melee teammates, get that 20% attack and medium bonus to AP when attacking, and he's a pretty heavy hitter. So on offense, if you don't have 4-star Green Joshua, you could definitely use 4-star Green Negan or 4-star Green Chuck. Yeah, you could definitely run with Negan here. I would put Negan and then your command before Negan because then Negan could give other characters their ARs too with his bonus AP. 4-star Green Ezekiel right there for sure. Or 4-star Axel, and then you could put Chuck right here, and then 4-star Rod, or you could go with Dusty for another support character. In my opinion, the only characters I would replace on the defense part is either go with Axel or go with 4-star Green Rod because Rod's an area attack and that's pretty good for a 4-star. His AR is a 76, but you're getting a huge bonus when taking damage, so that could be pretty powerful. And then you have all your grounds covered because you have 2 supporters, a stun, a guy who gives bonus AP, and he's a heavy hitter. And like I said, if you don't want to use 4-star Green Ezekiel or 4-star Green Axel, you could definitely go with another Chuck, or you could use Bo even because he's a heavy hitter, or you could go with Rod. You could use Joshua even, or you could add another healer like another Dusty or somebody like that. So in my opinion, I would use this lineup. I don't have him, but I would use 4-star Ezekiel there because then you have a command who can command Negan and get the other characters the ARs. So pretty good 4-star green build. Like I said, Allen, 4-star green Allen is one of the better 4-stars for his leader skill. Definitely for sure. But like I said, guys, for sure when you're doing building, like I said, prime example is I know he's a 5-star. And that's going to be the next follow-up video. I'm going to do 5-star builds next. Is since Tyrese, his leader skill, for example, all fast teammates get plus 30% HP and 30% attack. Well, that's a bad example, actually. Let me use Morgan. All melee teammates get plus 30% defense and a very large bonus to AP when taking damage. Since he's already given you 30% defense, unless you're going for a full, complete defense build, add attack and HP to your weapons because you're already getting a defense build from Morgan. You could go with attack, HP, and defense on your weapon, or you could go for a bonus AP when attacking, etc. like that. So it's based off your leader skill, then it's based off the character stats is what I would go by, but definitely not too bad overall. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely You know, I enjoy doing these. I like doing the team building. You know, I've had a couple people message me, asking me for help on their defense builds. I hope if you guys are watching, I hope my builds I recommended to you are working. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep doing the team building videos. I got more videos coming out on the armory, scavenger camps, everything, etc., on how you can build up faster, and work your way through the game as a free-to-pay player. But yeah, with all that really being said, guys, I don't want to run this video any longer than this, so I'm going to probably leave it here. So with all that being said, guys, you know what to do. Smash that like button, comment, subscribe for sure. Like I said, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you want a possible shout out, drop it in the comments or message me over line. My line ID is in the description of every video. And if you guys do want help or you need help team building, you know, message me over line and I can help you out. Or, you know, if you got any feedback, etc., you can drop it in the comments, like I said, or message me over line. And with all that being said, guys, you know what to do. And this is your boy Z Gaming. Peace.